Just get the GH5, they said. The autofocus firmware update's improved. It's the best camera now. Is it? Is it? Oh, we're gonna find out today, aren't we? Oh, we're gonna find it.
Panasonic, your sensor is the same size of a baby duck. Why do you do it?
So we are testing the GH5 with the 12mm f1.4. You pretty much can't do better than that. It's a little heavy. It's a little heavy. It's so much heavier than my G85, even with that wide angle adapter on it. It's so hard. You really have to consider that. It's over 1,100 grams. I'll put the exact weight. And we got a little ND filter. That's what's ruining it. That extra 20 grams. Help me. So I just want to do a couple comparison tests with my G85 first of all, just to see, are we seeing anything better here? I want to do some autofocus tests, just like this. We're in phrase tracking. Track my life to better mental abilities. We're in face tracking, and from what I can see, it seems to be doing good, unless they track that face. What if I turn around? Go fuck yourself. So I just want to see if the autofocus on this camera is now worth upgrading to, because it has everything then. If it has good autofocus, it's got the flippy screen, amazing stabilization. It's like, what else would you need? The f1.4 lens, I need an ND filter for this. It's like, you don't need any better. And we also will compare it to the Sony, because I tested yesterday, same exact length, 24mm f1.4. This is 24mm equivalent f1.4. 2.8 if you do the equivalent aperture thing, depth of field. I'll leave. One of the cool things, this is how I usually hold my G85, and look how much wider it is on that 24mm. That's fantastic. And we don't really need to do that, so I bring it in a little bit. And that's much more comfortable with the handle on this tripod. So what I want to see, let's look at that laptop and see if it starts pulsing. Is it pulsing ever? That's what I want to know. Can you slowly track me and keep up? We'll do a bunch of tests after. Feels like it still has me. Wow, you can focus close on this thing. That's every zit I've ever had since I was 12. That can't be good. Really? You can get that close? I feel like I reached the limit. We reached it. Oh no. How about if I want to show you my perfectly made bed? And then back to me. And then the bed's over there, perfectly made by a maid this morning. Paid her $1,000. And she did a good job, she always does. How you doing? So, honestly, it feels like dual pixel autofocus. If I'm looking on the screen, I'll have to judge the footage afterwards, because you never, is that a word, afterwards? Your word. All right, we're out in the hallway. Pay attention to those lights, see if you see any pulsing, but we're walking now. How's that? The stabilization, we'll compare it to the Sony's embarrassing efforts. It was sad to see it try so hard, but it's unusable, basically. That's Sony and their tiny E-mount. But is the focus keeping on me? Do I have to worry about it? Auto exposure? Oh my God. Really? ND to save us? How you doing? How you doing right now? Does it expose for backlight? Very well, it doesn't look like it's focusing on me at all. A lot of clipping happening. Oh, that's the wrong way. Yeah, that's a nightmare. So, I don't know, from what I'm seeing, it's good. It's good. There's not much tempting the background though. Will it latch on to anything? Do you want to latch? Are you gonna latch? Feels like it's like rock solid on me. Good to go. So what do you think of the autofocus tracking? It tracks in the screen, but you never know. You can't trust them flippy screens. As much as I love them, you can't trust them. I'm too tired to hold the thing anymore. We'll just do the video like this. I feel like a baby monkey with no Viagra. That's what I feel like. 13 days, nothing but water. Holy shit. But find out more on the Vegetable Police channel. Why I'm doing that. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. We'll also test the Rode Video Micro just to see. So this is with the Rode Video Micro. Can you hear much more echo? I just hate that, but it's nice not to be attached to the camera with that stupid furbo. People say there's no wind indoors, but they're wrong. They're wrong. It's just such a pain in the ass to bring that thing off and on, get stuck on the phone piece, so I just leave it on there like a jackass. So how does this sound? I know if you're like close, it should sound pretty good like that, but when you back it up a notch, you talk back here, then you're in some trouble. If you had a super wide lens, this would be the best audio right here. Right there with that 8-18 at the wide end. Then you're good to go. You're good to go. Right here. Sounds amazing. But when you start stretching it fully, I think the sound decreases in quality. Alright, we're on the G85. I can hold it here and then tap my face and we're good. Are we good? And then it just locked there? That would work. That could work for me. Is this wide enough? It feels like it's wide enough. Not bad. Do you notice a difference between the G85 and the GH5? You probably don't. Probably don't. We're both shooting in the Cine D and then edited very weirdly. That's what I do. I don't mind it. Or alternatively, we use the app, tap on my face with the app, and we're good to go. We're good to donkey go. That didn't look like it focused on me. What the shit? Tap. That felt good to go. So it works sometimes. 40% of the time, it works. I don't know why I'm fooling around with the app when I can clearly reach the screen from here. And just tap on my face and we're good. We're good to go. Do we get any blurry background? Is that beautiful? Is this the best image you've ever seen in your life? Pretty sure it is. And here for the sit-down videos with the Rode Video Micro, is it too much echo? Because it'd be so much easier to just do that, boom, bam. I can tap on that fan in the back, focus on that, cool, tap on me, we're good to go. We're good to go. I would buy this lens if I could just do this. Fantastic. And then we rule of thirds in the other direction to show you my freshly made bed again. So my final thoughts on the GH5. It works. It's good. The autofocus is totally usable now. If I didn't know any better from their past, their struggles with the autofocus when it was first released and then their attempts at fixing it, if I knew nothing about all that and I just picked it up to use it, I'd be like, what's wrong with this? It's perfect. It's like dual pixel. No, it's not. It's not quite there. It's just a little slower. It's not on Sony's level when you're doing weird shit that you'd never do in a video anyway. Like walking towards the camera and leaping out of frame like a jackass, a jackrabbit. But for this style video, it held my face just fine. I didn't see any focus hunting. I didn't have any lights back there. That's when you notice it, when there's some sort of light and you're drawn to it. It's like pulsing, but really, like, you're not looking at the background much. You should be looking here at my water fasty face that's getting skinnier every day. Oh my god. So the autofocus is totally usable now. I didn't test it in every situation possible walking along the street, but that brings me to my first problem with the GH5. I almost said G85. It's so much heavier than my little guy here. It's noticeably heavier. Now, let's blame it on the water fast and just say I'm weaker and I can't hold. This is a struggle a bit. I'll be fine. But it is noticeably heavier. It's annoying. And as a G85 owner, There's not much enticing other than the autofocus, which you can pretty much just manual focus. That's what I've been doing for years. I will say this though, the GH5 lacked the magic that Sony had with the G Master 24mm 1.4. I don't know what it is, if it's the colors or the 3D separation, but Sony that looked so magical. I've never seen a video look that good. I was like, the GH5 just doesn't have it. Even though that's basically their best lens, the 12mm f1.4, it's their pro lens. It's a 2.8 equivalent. That bokeh is real, my friend. It exists. Let's try this at f0.95. Is that better? Am I in focus anymore? That's why I can't stop down on this wide angle converter for some reason. It just makes it so soft. I don't give a shit. We're finishing the video like this. Hey, I see a zebra on that thing. Hey. So personally, I wouldn't upgrade to the GH5 myself. It's not a big enough jump in the image quality. And the G9 is probably my better option, even though it doesn't have all the fancy 10-bit stuff. I don't need it. And it probably autofocuses a little better stabilization, but more important to me, it's a little lighter. So it's just a little bit heavier than this camera. So that matters to me. It matters. So let me know your thoughts on the past two videos comparing the Sony and the GH5. What do you think looked better? It's that stabilization of the Sony. They need to start putting it in their lenses. They have like no stabilized lenses. My buddy, the Everything Man, came up with a life hack. He vlogs with a monopod now and it looked phenomenal. It looked like a gimbal. Too bad the thing weighed twice as much as any gimbal known to man. But it worked. It looked like, yeah, it's really stable. It's just, I couldn't even hold that thing right now. Maybe when I eat again, we'll try it. So we're waiting. We're still waiting for that perfect camera. There's always a little negative, little side. Oh, no, we left that out. Just bring it all together in a package that I can buy, and I will use it, I promise. So let me know if the f0.95 is usable. Am I sharp enough for your life? And let me know your thoughts on everything. And buy a Camera Conspiracy shirt. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Affiliate links everywhere.